Hi Boys and Girls Club, I'm Ricky, and today I'm going to be talking to you about scales, more specifically the pentatonic scales. Now, you might have heard before of the major scales, or the minor scales. Those are usually used for sad songs. These two kinds of scales are what most music today is built off of, but there are other kinds of scales. There are other ways that you can organize notes to create a cohesive scale. Now, these two are both diatonic scales, which means that there are 7 notes between the starting note and the ending note. In this case, it's going to be G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're back at G. Same thing applies for major scales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're back at G again. Now, a pentatonic scale, like a pentagon has 5 sides, has 5 notes. So what you can do is you can take those major or minor scales and just remove 2 of the notes to get a pentatonic scale. If you want a minor pentatonic scale, then you'd take, say, G minor, and you would remove the 2nd note and the 6th note, and you'd get pentatonic scale, which sounds something like this. I stopped there, played the 6th. If you want a major scale, a major pentatonic scale, you'd get rid of the 4th and the 7th degrees. There's the 4. There's the 7. So that would sound something like this. Now, there's another important concept here, which is relative majors and minors. If I were to play a G minor natural scale, because there are different kinds of minors, but I started this time on the 3rd note, which is B flat, it sounds like this. That's a major scale. These both have the same exact notes inside of them. The only difference is what note you choose to start on. The starting note is called the tonic of a scale, or of a key. The same thing applies with pentatonic scales, since they're basically the same thing, just minus 2 notes. So if I play a G minor pentatonic scale, and then I move up the fretboard, so now I'm starting on that B flat again, and I play the same exact pitches, it sounds like this. You can keep going. There are 5 different tonics in a pentatonic scale, because there are 5 different notes in a pentatonic scale. So instead of starting at B flat, if I start at C, or if I start at D, or F, and then we're right back at G again. And why are pentatonic scales important? The main reason is that if you're playing in G minor if you have a backing track behind you and you use a G minor pentatonic scale, every note you play is going to sound right. Everything's going to sound good, because you get rid of some of the notes that might cause problems with some of the chords. Everything just sounds better. It's a lot easier. You don't have to really think about what notes you're playing, because no matter what, as long as you can stay on that scale, it's going to sound okay. Now, a good way to practice this would be to find backing tracks on YouTube. Usually, it'll show you all of the chords that are inside of the track, and it might have a little graphic for what notes on the fretboard you can play that are going to sound good. If you can find a backing track in G minor, even if the video tells you can use a different scale, like G Aeolian, that's just a fancy way for saying a G minor scale. So, if you drop two of those notes, then you're at the pentatonic scale. Now, there's another scale that was made off of the pentatonic. That's the blues scale, which is used a lot in blues. Now, it's the same exact scale. You just add that little note right there. Just adds a little bit more flavor into it. Gives you something else to play with. I'll do a little example, play to a backing track, just to show you what I mean by everything sounding good if you use the scale. Try not to get too carried away. So, that's the pentatonic scale. That's how you make a pentatonic scale. And that's all I have for you for today. Good luck. Try practicing, try using backing tracks, and I'll see you next time.